Hi, diddly ho, friendaloons. It's Rale. It's once again time to Nintendo things on WBPL 76. I'm currently joined by Andy and Stormsong.
One swag.
Solar flare attack! Oh!
Andy, they have to be able to see you to do that.
Oh.
Not the Dragon Ball Z one. The one where you drop the frickin' sun.
Ah. That's called Iris in this. Well, no, Iris is throwing them into the sun. Anywho, we're playing Golden Sun. Yee. My controller died. Well, it turned itself off.
Rale.
Yes, Storm.
Rale.
Yes.
Streaming Discord.
Oh, yeah, that would probably help you guys.
Also, hey, Simdarth, welcome to WBPL 76, legally defined as entertainment.
Don't mind me, I'm still recovering from bronchitis. I will try to mute myself when I cough, but sometimes it jumps me.
I'm recovering from bronchitis.
Yep, it's from all them kissing horses.
I know, I got hit by a bull.
Notice these strangely shaped rocks. We'll be coming back here later.
I wonder if it's a puzzle!
It's not a puzzle in this case. It's more a you don't have the required power to get through here. Also, Storm, thank you for doing all the links.
Yes. As we have a first-time traveler, we might as well, just in case.
Is that a rat with a pet scorpion tail?
It's a Momonga.
I was thinking, what do you think that Rare had a hand designing them?
So, the Golden Sun guys are the same ones who did the Shining Force series, so a lot of their stuff might look similar from that, and there's a lot of names and stuff that are holdovers from that.
Yes. It's a tiny wizard dude.
Yeah. These rocks are the reason why we're doing Ayers Rock first, or one of the many reasons, because in order to get them, we'll have to loop through this desert again, which if we do Ayers Rock first, we'd have to do anyways, so only makes sense to do it that way. Limits the amount of backtracking.
Sensible. Desirable. Also, hi, Zerg.
Ambassador Pineapple?
Ambassador Pineapple, I've been expecting you.
Man, there's the
That's real.
triggers. Oh, did the grenade? A grenade. We can get grenades in this. They are a thing.
Delightful.
Hey, Rail, don't mention grenades to Storm right now.
Wait.
What did? Did
Because-
Stormsong think that the grenade was ribbed for his pleasure?
No, it's because he's playing through Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah.
Grenades everywhere.
I think you've only
Anger.
got one more big fight.
I want to be a Jedi! Throws a bandolier.
I think you've got
Yeah.
one more big fight and then some plot crap that you'll have to do, but then you should be free to level up. If I'm remembering everything correctly.
Yeah, Whacker's way of playing video games is very different from
Raptor?
mine.
Yes, that's a raptor. It's literally called a dino.
Sorry, Storm.
No, that's quite alright. I was just bitching about how Whacker's having me do this weird, zero level playthrough. Well, at least to start with, because he's the one that's always like, oh yeah, you gotta try to do this without leveling up, or you gotta try to do this but only level up your GFs, but not your main level, or he likes all the weird playthroughs, and I'm just sitting here like, this isn't fun!
I mean, it is like... I mean, I'm pretty sure he explained it to you why you don't want to level up until a certain thing.
And I get that.
And I understand why...
It just comes down to, I don't play my go-to barbarian character to have him be the one that gets dropped every fight.
Yeah.
You know what? It's your starting arc where, you know, everybody looks down on you, but then when you, like, gain your secret super born with powers, like
that's
you know,
fair.
You know, you get to be the bestest of the baddest one.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, Digi!
Zerg, it is one of the optimal ways to play KOTOR. There are other optimal ways, but because Wagger's plan is good enough where I'm like, eh. But most of the optimal ways to play KOTOR involve minimizing your levels up early on.
Mm-hmm. Well, part of it is also that Whacker likes to rib people, and so it's like, oh, Storm, you're doing bad at this. I'm like, I'm doing bad at this because I'm doing this the way you told me to, old man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
You've actually been doing really good at it, honestly. It's been taking way less time than it probably would have with me. Alright, we're in Ayers Rock, which means... Oh, crap, I've got to switch around to Jin. Okay, so you're no good here.
Yeah.
You're not too bad as that, so we'll leave her as that. You should have been set the whole time. No, we're gonna set these. So the thing with fiddling with the classes is that you have to worry about your synergy.
Mm-hmm.
Because some synergy aren't available. Like, Sheba loses access to Whirlwind in most of her other classes. So you have to switch her to her base class sometimes to get that. This is fixed in the third game, Dark Dawn. Oh yeah, I have to actually hit the rock with it. Because what Dark Dawn does is there are certain like field synergy that a person always has access to regardless of what class they're in.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why mechanically Dark Dawn is actually the better game.
Hey, Silic Console.
I am of the opinion that Dark Dawn's plot suffers mostly because it's very obvious they intended to make another game after it, and they still haven't. And I'm still upsetting my spaghetti about this.
The stew is fair. You being upset, not them not making it.
Yeah, no. Well, so they did explain the reason that they haven't made another game is because they have a lot of newer staff, like their staff has cycled through, and they wanted to get their staff used to designing games before they dumped into the deep end that is large RPG design, which is why they've been mostly focusing on the Mario sports games. Because yes, the creators of Golden Sun and Shining Force are the same people who do the Mario sports games.
Hey, Samurai! KOTOR has benefited from having the SWD20 system to work from. It's a better SWRPG system than people give credit for. It probably very much is.
It's an okay RPG system.
Yeah. It is reminding me of Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which, I mean, is kind of obvious given who made it, but...
You're right, it's literally BioWare.
It feels like the prequel to those. Hey Ramshackle, this is Golden Sun Part 2, The Lost Age.
Context to why he says Part 2. While they are separate cartridges and technically separate games, Golden Sun 1 and 2 were meant to be one game. It's just development kind of got out of hand and they made a game that was way too big. And so we got...
And to recite what Rale said last week, is basically his favorite game
Oh, this
of all time.
not even basically. This is flat out my favorite game of all time.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Punishing Whacker with puns seems to be competing with it.
I mean, they're good creators, like, they're good game developers. I want to play all the Mario sports games, but I made a vow that I will not buy another Camelot game until they give me a new Golden Sun game. Either a, like, remaster the first two games as one single game, or a Golden Sun 4.
Sensible.
If you're listening, Camelot, I doubt
I'm sure the withholding of your funds is having a grave, grave effect on their outcome.
Truly and verily.
Rale hasn't bought a game in 5 years! What are we gonna do about it, gentlemen? What about the Mario Golf games? Going out the window.
It had to happen sometime.
The first two MechWarrior games made by Activision, is that the actual MechWarrior games, or is that, like, Mech Assault? I mean, I'm not gonna buy Activision's Game Pass anyways, but I was curious. I mean, it's not hard to deal psychic damage to Whacker.
He is Whacker Senpai, after all.
Whacker OG-san.
Oh yeah, Whacker OG-san. Oh yeah, G.
So funnily enough, the original MechWarrior game is one of the few MechWarrior games that I do not have possession of. No, that's a food. Okay, not yet. So, context, Ayers Rock is actually considered one of the harder areas of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're doing a lot of walking or back and forth like this.
Yeah.
Which is just a nature of the beast thing. Its puzzles are kind of a dick, especially this early in the game. Zerg, I will always appreciate a missile boat in BattleTech. I mean,
Yes.
one of my favorite mechs is essentially a missile boat. The Mastodon. Yeah, Mastodon. memory is a little short. It might be 95 tons, but I'm pretty sure it's 90 tons with 2 Streak LRM-20s and 2 ERPPCs. So I am of the... Why do I keep hitting that? Actually, I know why I keep hitting that.
Because you're a silly goose.
I've been playing Dragon Quest with the same controller, and my brain is like, Dragon Quest controls, and I'm like, no, not Dragon Quest controls, Golden Sun controls.
And your brain is like, too late! And then it gets awkward. Real quickly.
We got a cookie.
Hey, Cookie!
Not in chat. I wish Cookie was in chat, but no, just item.
Oh.
The item, the edible. So
You know, usually when people say edible, of course, nowadays my brain goes to edibles.
it's okay. I thought the same joke.
And now I'm thinking about what, like, Cookie Mama, if... Never mind. It's like, fuck Cookie Mama. It's like Cookie Mama, but she gives us way more, like, hey man, chill, rather than, stop it, stop it.
I thought you just meant like gummy cookie mamas. Now I'm thinking of like gummy Black Dance Legions. Like BPL gummies, Psyduck, Tex, Dig, and other various sorted.
Now I'm
The funny
just
thing
thinking
is, we could probably do that.
I'll take the bullet, but only because I like it. Nobody else does. I'll be licorice.
I mean, that's fair. Now I'm thinking of that Gummy Bears show from back the heck when.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that saw that.
Yes, no.
Had nothing to do with like bears made out of a gummy. They just bounced because of the gummy berry juice.
Yes.
As a kid, I always wondered what gummy berry juice would taste like, and as an adult, I know it would be diabetes.
See, now I want to...
If other people drink it, like...
I'm going to need to research what kind of material I need to use to make my 3D printer, what's the word I'm looking for? Food safe?
Oh, yeah.
But now I want to make BPL gummy bears. Just with the different, or BPL gummies, not specifically bears. Obviously, Diggs will be the gummy bear, but
Well, we already have gummy. Ha-ha! And then entered he that wax.
and then just bring the, because I just need to make the molds. So 3D print the molds, and then from there, it's just a matter of making gummies. Which I don't know. Are gummies hard to make? She's shaking her head, like, emphatically no.
Hi, diddly ho, friendaloons. It's your pal Whacker.
Oh, kill it, rat! Kill it!
I am once again back to lend my bright, shining personality to Rale streams.
Oh, good, Whacker's
As
here.
you
That
all
means I can
know,
tell
my
the dad
beloved-
joke of the day.
Now, as you all know, my beloved co-hosts tend to lack certain aspects, which only I can help make up for in these streams. I have made a very, very brief list of these to just highlight this for the audience.
Oh,
These
boy.
things happen to be things like panache, elegance, style, flair, fashionableness, grace, smartness, friendliness,
Bitch, I've seen the way you
good
dress.
taste.
Don't even.
sophistication, polish, refinement, grace, fashion, culture, courtesy, civility, tact,
See, the funny thing is,
dignity, breeding, class, good taste, charm, delicacy, discernment, prosperity.
So the irony of this all is whackers like this on my streams, right? Right, chat? Whackers like this on my streams. But then I go and check out Willard's streams, and oh hey, look at that! Whacker's being polite and kind and generally cheerful. I'm like, where the fuck is this during my streams?
Decency, propriety, form, correctness, appropriateness, virtue, formality, modesty, appropriateness, morality.
Whacker, why are you reading us all the unchecked you get from your fucking list?
Breeding, politeness, properness, refinement.
You already said breeding.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, that's correct. I do not have children. Oh wait, you mean parentage rights? Yeah, no, that's still correct for me, at least.
Please don't breed on stream. Yeah, no. Okay, so, like, there was talk, earlier about Twitch and, like, what one does to succeed on it and so forth. So, okay, listen. Twitch, yes? It's the screenplays for the people faces, doing the game things. You go, yatta, blah, and people are either like, yee, or, ugh. So, like, hello world, I press a button, now funny square says subscribe, I yell, game explodes, chat is frogs. There is man with a loud chair, that's Whacker, girl with the cat headset who whispers chaos, that's probably Cookie Mama, Minecraft Q people who are, real, but they're fake, but they have real emotions, that's gonna be someone like Andy. And there's a guy cooking soup, but he forgets the camera's on, and now we're all soup, thank you, Doc. The Watchers, you, them, probably a ghost army. I don't know how many of you are real, but type in the box things like poggers, L plus ratio equals skill issues. Money appears sometimes because screen is magic. They call it gifts or bits or subs or goob, and Ethan throws a lot of it at us, and then suddenly, bam, someone plays Fortnite while crying to the Shrek 2 soundtrack. That's Twitch. It's not a website. It's a lifestyle, a beautiful mistake, a pixel dream. Dear God, how does Squick do this every day?
Andy,
What the
did you
actual...
give Storm his? Did you give Storm his meds?
Whacker, I was going to ask you to hold me. Like, I'm scared.
Don't hug me,
Did you give him his horse pills? Because it sounds like you did not.
Dear Lord. Where did that come from?
So I've been teaching an AI.
Deep down into a place
I've been teaching an
stability,
AI to speak
poise,
like
elegance,
Squick.
and grace does not exist.
I've been teaching an AI to talk like Squick.
Oh God!
I am concerned.
I'm at peace with what's happening. I think maybe.
Or is he?
Storm.
This will soon it'll be complete because Parallax is able to imitate Squick's voice. Now you will never know if you have the real product.
Shut up, Whacker.
Okay, I'll be honest, I kinda wanna see Squick argue with the AI based off of him. Because as much as I'm not super big on making AI that copies a person's method of speech, that would be hilarious as an experiment. And then we burn it and never let that code see the light of day.
Also, I've not actually been entering anything that that Squick says. I just say, explain the concept of Twitch streaming, but do so in a very broken and weird way. And it just does that. Apparently, I've gone to the dork side, according to Mercury.
Have you though?
Robo Squick for president.
I'd vote for him.
I too welcome our shitposting robot overlords.
If you vote for me, I'd vote for me.
Oh no.
Okay, Crispy.
My problem with this is that if we do this, then the aliens will no longer need us for our memes. They'll just take that software and run away. And then we'll never get any more advanced technology like Velcro.
Look, we'll just brand certain memes as natural occurring memes, and then there'll be like
Cottage market.
Oh yeah, this shit post is all natural.
Why did I even show up for this?
Because you love this and you know it, bitch.
Or
Look, Rale set the tone of the stream. I'm just following.
you don't get to use that as an excuse.
I was just following orders.
Oh God!
No, bad storm.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm telling Diggs.
Diggs will be like, stop it. Stop it.
Stop.
How many times do I have to say, do not get my stream canceled, please and thank
Yeah.
you.
Get this fucking shit show canceled, please. Lol.
Wonderful. Let's see.
Also, Rale, I was awake very late last night, and I desperately needed to say this, but it was very late and you were not around, so I will make up for that now. Purple.
Burful.
Thank you.
Nope, not that one either. I thought I had that. You should always, almost always be on. Okay. I'm gonna scooch the other way. Meh. Back down we go.
Man.
Gingerbread man. This is the game that taught me I am a loot goblin and have a potion hoarding problem. To be fair,
I need the later. You need them now.
to be fair, the effectiveness of healing in this game means you generally don't actually need a potion. They're more of a, like, you done goofed thing.
How often do you done goof?
Pretty often.
Not in years for me.
Andrew.
What, Walker? Huh?
Andronicus. Cute Fenster waffles.
Don't use his government name.
I do it all the goddamn
Walker,
time.
you're a Ford product.
Ow.
Wow. Note to self, kill Andy.
Andy just coming out here and dropping slurs.
Yeah!
Dude.
So mean.
Look, where I come from is deep bow tie country, alright?
Took the Chevy to the levee, da da dee da da.
Good old boys drinking whiskey and rye.
What is
Shut up, Andrew!
So we are currently on Ayers Rock. It hasn't said so because, well, I think it said so at the very beginning when we first entered the area. But because of the way we approached this, we don't have any lore yet. We basically we found this rock that there happens to be a lot of like tornado stuff going on around. We should explore that because that's not normal.
Also, Ramshackle thinks that Whacker would be a Fiat.
As in the car or the political maneuver?
No, I think they're probably meaning the car because of the Ford comment earlier. No, I think Whacker would be a beat-up old Ford. Like, it still runs, and it will basically run forever.
Well, you're just salty because I came in here and called out your stream for its lack of...
He lost the key a while ago, and he just started with a screwdriver.
Whacker, if you were a political maneuver, you'd be a filibuster because you never shut up.
Whoa! Whoa!
Shots fired.
And he also chose violence today.
Anywho, there's also there's a mouse nest in the glove compartment. His name is Squeakers McJiffy.
Wait, what?
If Whacker, the old Ford truck.
Oh. I was gonna say if I were a vehicle, it'd probably be like that truck from Cars, to make,
So- So, legit, my attempt to be Squick has left me lightheaded.
Look, man.
It's very.
I mean, I know what
confident.
kind of vehicle what Storm would be.
He'd be a
I'm
dump
curious.
truck.
I mean, I do have that dump truck ass.
No, Storm would be one of those. God damn it! My brain keeps saying wizard art vans, but not wizard art, band art vans.
No, Storm would be one of those like tricked out '70s Kenworth trucks that has like all the fucking the dragon paint all over it, like the dragon paint job that's bitching as shit.
No.
I mean, I think that's what he means.
No, it's a band van.
No, you seem like
it's one of those
wizard
vans with a bunch of band art on the side, and the
Oh,
whole
band.
back
Okay.
is just.
When you said, I thought you meant band as in like band books, not band
no,
as in like
band
rock
as in
band.
music, yeah, like a rock band van. And there's a whole bunch of
God.
musical equipment in it, but it squeals when it starts, and you can tell all of the money invested in this vehicle went into the sound system.
Why?
Whacker is a drag frame.
Why are we talking about my first car? Also, why
Also, Maze,
is
thank you for resubscribing.
why is that Maze guy here?
Because he's amazing.
Okay, he's a good guy. We like him.
Yeah, he's a good duck, to quote a certain good duck.
He's not a duck though, is he? He's a maze.
But he could be. Maze, are you a duck? Please confirm or deny.
He doesn't. As your attorney, Maze, you do not have to answer that question.
He is correct. In any event, put on the maid outfit. No.
Storm.
I mean, I know what kind of car I am also. I am a hatchback sedan that looks completely normal on the outside, and then you sit down inside and notice that the seats are all like anime seats.
Hey, Icranes, welcome. First time chat to WPPL 76, legally defined as entertainment. Icrane says, did you know Ayers Rock is the biggest dungeon in the entire game?
Is it? I don't 100% believe that, but I can see it. It does feel like it has a bigger outside bit than a lot of the other rocks.
Just in case you are super new to us, Mr. Icranes, or Icranus, do correct me on how to pronounce that. Here is all of our things, like our Discord and our so forth.
Oh god, the links! The links!
And if you're not new, also thank you for chatting.
Indeed. Luckily, we're finally done with the outside of the rock.
I believe Maze has basically said he'll put on the maid outfit. That's what I read. That's what I got out of that.
No, you cannot put a maid outfit on someone who does not want it.
Wait a
Or
minute,
else-
wait a minute. With Maze's reaction, that means not only do I get to see Maze in a maid outfit, I also get to collect insurance.
Wow, okay, that's a way to think about things.
That's a fucking win-win right there, buddy.
Oh, my organs, they betray me.
Again.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Old man tuberculosis over here.
Bronchitis, but yes.
Tuberculosis.
Dutch, I got tuberculosis. And now I just gave myself a sad because that game is all the feels.
What game?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
I haven't played it yet either. I should play it.
It's got a really good story. I'm not sure if everyone would like the mechanics, but then again, I don't know.
Westerns.
My only complaint about Red Dead Redemption 1 was specifically that no matter how good you were, you could not get out of... I guess spoilers ahead for a game that's old enough to drink, I think, at this point.
Red Dead 1 is not old enough to drink, but it is learning how to drive.
Yeah. But you can't get out of the main character dying by shooting all of the National Guard that they send after you.
It's basically one of those games where you get to play as Aerith.
Yeah.
That's right, Whacker. I used her real name. What you can do about it, champ?
What, Eris?
An heiress, the inheritor of fortune, particularly the female variety.
I mean, she's
There's
dead.
a female variety of fortune?
Andrew.
What?
Shut up, Andrew.
Okay.
No, Andy. No, you're supposed to fight back.
Oh, Whacker?
Hello, Andrew.
You swallow tissue paper.
I mean, he's not lying.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Is he right though? Is he right though? See, that's the thing. Is he right?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
I feel like Whacker was more hurt by that than any of the other insults we have ever thrown at him.
Like, do you need a hug, Whacker?
Man, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not attempt to do what we do on these streams. We are professionals and idiots.
Wait, if we're professionals, that means we're getting paid for this.
Shut up!
Shut up.
Wait, y'all are getting paid?
Okay, so
Yeah, we're making all those big, sweet Twitch dollars. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to get, live cam on screen and strip naked in front of people,
Oh,
or else Dave
God.
yells at us.
Oh, God.
Look, I know where the money is. I'm joking.
Oh wait, I remember how to do this now. Okay.
Says the guy who couldn't even figure out what a debit card is.
What? What?
Whacker is on about something that he does not understand a damn about.
Yeah, I definitely don't understand a fucking thing related to that at all,
I
whatsoever.
was understand as old
So
as you were.
my debit card has basically a damaged chip on it, so it's difficult for it to read.
Yeah.
I
So
think
the
user is
chip will
mentally
get
damaged.
the chip will get read 2 or 3 times by some machines, and then it's like, okay, you have to swipe instead.
Yeah.
And because it sometimes doesn't even work that way, which means I really need to get this card fucking replaced. Whacker goes on about how I don't know how to use debit cards. Yeah.
I mean,
It's kind of your fault for taking them serious in the first place.
Yeah, you're right. Andy down here giving us the good grandpa advice. Which is supposed to be your job, Whacker, but you suck at it! Whacker Oji-san?
No. No.
Should I make it worse again?
No.
Don't make it better.
Ah. Patches. Here, Patchy. Hello. You are a cat. Come on up.
Rale has acquired cat.
I have acquired cat.
Oh. Oh.
Patches. Can you guys hear him?
A little bit.
Oh, now he's on top of me and got what he wants, so he doesn't need to meow anymore. Okay, Mercury could hear him. Yes, that was Patches, my cat. He is now being pet.
Meow, meow, meow,
They
meow,
will
meow,
not
meow,
move for a
meow,
moment while
meow,
I
meow,
pet the
meow.
kitty.
I
Sir,
like
I'm already
chicken. I
petting him.
like
He's
liver.
getting lots of love and attention. Calm yourself.
Andrew was threatening to mail me his cats.
Well, so will water break.
His fat, spoiled cats, as you are so fond
His
of reminding
fat,
us.
spoiled cats. Andrew,
What?
give us an update on your fat, spoiled cats.
Tiger is taking a nap on the ottoman, and Binksy is probably doing her own thing.
This Patches is a very vocal cat, while Oreo is generally very quiet. Which is why Oreo has a bell and Patches does not. Because Patches will make his presence known to the world. Oreo is a sneaky little kitten.
No.
She's also, like, less than 10 pounds. She has dwarfism. So it is actually, like, we need to have this so that if she's hiding somewhere, we can find her.
Well, I'd rather have a
and
cat
how?
with... I mean, dwarfism is one thing, but stormism is another. Good God.
Oh, hey!
Oh Lord, here he comes!
Yeah, man.
Oh, hey!
A fucking what?
You what, mate?
A fucking what?
You what, mate?
Before I forget again, I have today's dad joke. What do you call a fish with no eyes? A fish.
Old school.
Rale.
Yes, Whacker.
Sometimes you cause pain to me in my soul.
I try.
You don't have one of those.
So mean.
I mean, there's also the alternative one. Joke's on you, I'm into that.
Andrew!
Yes, Whacker!
Andrew!
It appears Mercury implies the existence of a puppy cat.
Is it what?
He said he had 8.5 cats and 1.5 dogs. I understand this math.
I don't understand this math.
Somebody had a puppy cat.
What?
Either a cat that in fact acts like a dog, or a dog that in fact acts
But,
like a cat.
but,
Now, I thought you said copycat, and that's an interesting thing because we had this like black cat that showed up out of nowhere and pretty much adopted us, and she had a litter of kittens, and she had two black kittens, a black and white kitten, and a pure white kitten. We thought it was weird. Anyway, the next day is when Pope John Paul died, so we named the white kitten Poppy. And he was such a weird little cat, you know? Like, he could talk.
Yes, I did. It's Ayers
Andy,
Rock.
Andy, your ability to like out conspiracy theory even crispy is amazing.
Listen. That cat, when he's looking for you, like when he was looking for me, he'd go, "Arr-roo! Arr-roo! Arr-roo!" And like when he was looking for mom, he'd be like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow."
Yep. Though slightly sad news with Patches' meowing, we are worried he may be sundowning. Because he has, he forgets where we are, essentially. Like, it'll be the middle of the night and he'll be, like, somewhere else in the house. And he'll start meowing like he's having a panic attack because he can't remember where he is or where we are. Yes.
How old is he?
They're both 15 this year. They
Oh,
are
wow.
old cats.
Old cat, look at my life.
Andrew.
What, Whacker? What are you gonna bitch about now?
These prices!
Oh,
That's
no.
right, for only
No, he doesn't know
$19.99.
fancy
Today
prices.
we are offering you
God
Rale
damn
Sense
it,
of
I
Object
didn't sign up for
Permanence.
this stupid-
That's right, for only the low price of
Oh,
$19.99,
goddamn.
you can have Rale's Object Permanence. His ability to play video games will be crippled, but you will have increased ability to understand reality.
It's funny you think I have object permanence to begin
That's
with.
objectively false.
I don't have, like, You're aware I disassociate from reality, right? Like, that is the actual problem I have.
No, we
Good news! Storm
That's right,
has
it's only
accidentally
$19.99.
Storm has accidentally triggered Psychology Real Talk Hour.
Well then.
Every time Andy opens his fucking mouth, I disassociate.
Okay. Anyway.
I was almost gonna make a dementia joke on his account, but I don't want to do that because I
But
don't
you
wanna,
forgot?
No, I don't want to I don't want to breathe that shit into reality, man.
I mean, at least one member of my family has had Alzheimer's, so that there's a distinct possibility I could end up with
Yeah,
that.
like that's like nightmare shit. to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't even want to joke about it.
I mean, I'm lucky enough that I'm pretty sure I've been with Fox for so long that it won't... Like, I'll lose some years probably, but hopefully still remember her. Because, God, at this point... Not quite yet. I've been with her for more than half my life at this point, I believe.
Yeah.
Though we haven't lived together, we're only like 2 or 3 years off of I've lived with my life longer than I lived with my mom.
Look, Rale, if it gets bad enough, we're going to take you out back and shoot you. We won't let it, you know, come
Whacker,
to
you
that.
and I both know by the time that it's that bad that you'll be already the first one to go.
No, he's proven quite immortal. It's going to take a while for Whacker to die.
No, Rale, I'm
Whacker's
talking
in
about
his
next
wheelchair.
week. We're going to
I've been waiting for this for 15 years. He got the shotgun.
Wow. This just went places I wasn't expecting today. So here we are. Zerg says, I used to have a cat that got lonely at night and meow loudly. It was a problem until she went deaf and couldn't hear us calling her.
That's sad.
Also, an Iden's in chat.
Yeah, I said hi to... at least I thought I said hi to
Hi,
Aiden
Aiden.
earlier.
How's the puppers?
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Aiden, pupper
I mean-
status.
update.
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 Also, while we're waiting for that, Storm,
Yes.
your fur brother.
He is currently on the road trip back from North Carolina.
Huh. Yay.
Oh,
visiting my
Aiden's pup
sister.
day. Aiden's pup day. They won't stop screaming, Jesus fucking Christ, they're adorable, but my ears.
Ah. Yes.
Look, Beagles, man. Beagles? Because Beagles.
Oh god.
Yo, dog, we heard you like Beagles.
Pip is the boogie woogie beagle boy of Company B.
Oh no!
Dun, 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 dun. That's
Man,
the
we're
first
gonna
chat.
steal this. We're gonna steal Mr. McDuck's gunny.
Andrew.
Yes, Whacker.
Your voices are pretty good.
Thank you.
I feel like we
I had
need to
plenty
make
of
a
time to
custom
learn when I was
hacky
sitting
sack
alone in
and
my
call
room
it
with no one
whacker
to play
sacks.
with.
Did you guys hear that?
No.
So I said I feel like we need to make a custom hacky sack and call it the whacker sack. And Fox just said you should just call it the brain cell since you kick it around enough.
Oh,
I mean, she's right.
She's not wrong.
why do you have to be right? It's such a horrific
Yeah,
way.
why you gotta be right so loud?
Oh God, I almost went too far.
So no, we
No,
were talking
not
about
you,
this
Andy.
last stream, but Ayers
Not
Rock has all
you,
this spooky wind magic
Andrew.
stuff going on because of this guy here. This whole cave is synergy stones.
That's no good.
I mean, it's just like elemental force of nature.
Maze is quite sassy today.
We do pay him
Yes,
for this.
Iden, the brain uranium heart of the mountain. Yeah.
That's a horrifying fucking thought.
What?
What if the heart of the mountain was really just like a big chunk of uranium and it was really irradiating all of them?
Then the Hobbit has a completely different message.
Uranium fever?
Has gone and got you down?
Oh hey, another first-time chat. From Last Wall Gaming. Been a while since I played that game. Unfortunately, I wasn't good enough. I don't find this game to be very hard, but to be fair, I've also played this game, like, so many times. For those who, you know, weren't here already, Golden Sun is my favorite game of all time. And also, welcome to WBPL 76. Storm, do the thing.
We are WBPL 76, legally defined as entertainment. We are the streaming arm of the Black Pants Legion, and we do variety show. Enjoy all the things. Our host here is Rale. He's the one playing right now. We have dozens, we have like 40 hosts on this channel who do different things, and then piles of us co-hosts. And we appreciate your eyeballs. Thank you for turning them upon us.
And for context, my streams are specifically Nintendo exclusives.
Yes, Rale Nintendo does things.
He doesn't know any better.
I know, but... Andy, I have most
Yes.
video game systems.
Andrew!
What, Whacker?
Heck, the only reason I don't have, like, a PS5 and the newest Xbox is more because my computer can play all the games from those, so why would I?
It's okay, Rail. At least you don't play on an abacus like Whacker.
Cruel, but true.
With his fucking mammoth bone knockers or whatever the hell they are.
Sad but true! Sorry, I had a metallic moment, but I'm over it now.
Man.
So, last wall, I was actually, like, very poor as a child. I am dual income, no children now, so with both me and my wife Fox being in actual careers. So we are distinctly middle class. Like, I can't go out and buy just whatever, but generally if I want something, I can afford it. It makes Christmas really damn hard. Because it's the whole thing, like, I specifically build an Amazon list. Pro tip, build an Amazon list of stuff that you're like, I want this, but don't really feel like buying it right now, or can't justify buying it for myself right now. And just things ranging from like $5 to $100. And whenever someone asks you, what do you want for Christmas? Here's the list. Pick
Sensible.
something.
Desirable, even.
But. Okay.
Quinless says, if Text managed to get those Albanian Air Force surplus planes, we are the streaming arm of BPL would draw a very different context.
I don't
Do you
know why they did that stunt, but they I wonder if they ignored him because we actually theoretically had the like purchasing power to buy those things.
Yeah.
One of them.
I want to go this way. Yet first, we want to go get that summon.
I mean, yeah.
So, do you
Yeah,
think people who prefer prop planes spend the money to produce propaganda?
Okay, where's the crowbar?
You're not even fucking. You're not even trying at this
Nope,
point.
this ends today.
I already said we're going to take him out back and shoot him. Actually, I don't think we're going to have to. The tuberculosis is probably going to get him before we even have to worry about that.
No. That makes me sad. Don't die of tuberculosis. It would make me sad.
Yeah, don't deny it. Never mind. I'm a bad person.
Yes, you are.
Or
I disagree with this. I try to judge people on their actions, not the stuff that comes out of their mouth, and to my knowledge, the BPL in general are all good people.
Yay!
I don't know about that. They let that Maze Hughes guy in.
Aiden, nobody who loves their dogs as much as you can be a bad person.
I had to stop myself from saying something really controversial there.
Look, man.
We have a lot of documentation of some very, very bad world leaders who really did love their puppers.
I mean...
Or did they?
I think at the end that's questionable. What do you think, Storm? Storm, do you have anything to add to this?
You know, I'm like I said, we're not getting into that.
Storm.
Please don't get my stream banned, my stream banned, my stream banned. Please don't get my stream banned, I swear.
No, that's where yeah.
You know what? No, you know what? Let's go with Ivan the Terrible. Ivan the Terrible is a good example. He used to feed people that displeased him to his dogs. That's a good dog, Dad, isn't it?
I mean, wasn't Ivan the Terrible actually a pretty good ruler up until that last bit where he kind of lost his mind at the end?
He was a competent ruler. Let's bear in mind that good ruler is something of a
subjective to the time period he was in.
Russian. Okay.
Yeah, he kind
good ruler and Russian.
Soft men, kind men do not rule Russia.
Yeah.
Like even Peter the Great, who is probably ostensibly the most kind-hearted Russian monarch, was somebody we would consider a complete, hard ass.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the whole things of good rulers is a complicated statement, but in general, if their reign was generally prosperous, I tend to lean towards that's good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Rale, if you're gonna go with if you're gonna go with individual choice logic here, I've got 3 or 4 good rulers in my desk drawer right here.
Yes.
Whacker.
Rale.
You and I both know your rulers are shit.
No, they're not. They're actually good quality rulers.
That said, metal.
We are.
Yes.
All joking aside, we do in fact love our our people, such as Aiden and Maze and other wonderful legionnaires who are like, yeah, we're good people.
If we didn't like you,
Well, no, they'll
wouldn't
deny
give
that
you
they're good
shit.
people, but they're good people. We love them.
Again, if we didn't like you, we wouldn't give you shit.
You're a good person, Aiden, and shut up and don't say otherwise.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Aiden, and accept our love.
Aiden, we will tell your wife.
I am here to say it. Otherwise,
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen,
That was Aiden of the Black Pants Legion.
I'm the seer of the Black Pants Legion.
I didn't even get the time to ask him to please sign my butt.
Please send all correspondence, comments.
Oh, I think he did.
feedback to-
Oh, God!
Look, man.
He's clever.
Yeah, that girl.
He's learning. Oh wait, shit. We're talking about Andrew, aren't we? Never mind.
I'm a neural processing unit.
What? Andrew,
What, lagger?
are you really a neural processing unit?
He was once.
Neurotic.
Huh?
He's nerdrotic.
Oh!
Storm.
You are now distinctly aware of the feeling of your eye stalks that connect your eyeballs to your brain, or where they should be, even if you can't directly feel them.
You are now
Quick,
breathing
Rale,
in.
manual blinking.
Joke's on you, I was already doing that. You are now aware that you can't find a comfortable place for your tongue to sit in your mouth.
I'll be right back. I must go to the bathroom.
Manual breathing.
Oh God! Andrew!
You're now aware of the feeling of your clothes against your skin. Also that one itch in that one place.
Okay, god damn it, that's the one that actually got me.
Oh, there we go.
I fucking heard that!
Yeah.
Fox!
They heard you, hun.
You're now aware that all the mistakes that you've ever done were amounted to nothing more than a waste of your precious and
Jesus
limited time on this
Christ.
planet, and you'll never make up for them.
Wow. Fucking Aiden over here. Naked streamer bros, man. Brofist. Yeah, man.
Dude, it's hot, man, of course.
Yeah, no, I have a leather office chair, so I have a robe and sweatpants.
No, you don't.
I'm literally wearing them, Whacker, and sitting on it.
No, you don't. I don't.
Oh, lovely. Aiden got clipped. Love how Aiden's not even talking on this stream regularly this time, and that's the bit that gets clipped. Oof, my
Yeah, man.
pride.
Yeah, man. Lord Desire.
Someone do me a favor, message Lady Red and tell her that Aiden is doubting his self-worth again. And that he requires hugs.
I know you said hugs, but I thought you said cogs. Iden needs cogs!
I have concerns.
I was gonna say, are you speechless? But that's never true, is it, Whacker? You've always got something to say.
No, I don't.
See, Aiden, that difference is entirely debatable, so I'm going with my narrative because it's funnier.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Both Whacker, you and Fox just did the same quote.
Wait a minute, does that mean we're fighting over the brain cell right now?
No.
Is the brain cell doing like quantum things?
No, you have a temporary lease on the brain cell. Fox has ownership. Fox is the brain cell landlord.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Is that why the brain cell smells like potpourri?
Don't you mean potpourri? Isn't that how you pronounce it?
I don't know. It was a bad joke.
So,
Andy, how do you magically do this, like, absolutely, utterly resigned voice that you have mastered?
To be honest, I think it just comes naturally. Like, I remember one time I was talking to a friend and, like, I was like, yeah, and I'm sorry, like, if I probably have a whiny voice. He said, you don't have a whiny voice, you just sound like you don't care. And I was like, oh.
Oh, no!
So, answering questions real quick. Mercury Alpha, Fox would be Brain Lord of specifically, like, this small group. Like, me, Whacker, Storm, Andy, maybe Crispy somewhat, though I think... Crispy has a spouse now, right? Making sure I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure Crispy is the one who got married.
Been married for
Yeah,
a
he
bit over
couldn't
a
make
year.
it to the BPL meetup because he got married. Yes, okay. So, I guess Crispy's spouse now owns his part of the brain cell. And as for Last Wall's question, if you are able to access the studio, not all WBPL 76 members have open invites. I have open invites for my streams, for any of our other streamers or co-hosts, just because I like having people to chat with.
Generally speaking, that is true in a certain sense, though I will say that they generally also prefer that you don't have like a revolving door of people coming in and out. So.
Yeah. Also, Brain Lord of the GIMP Squad. We are not calling ourselves the GIMP Squad. Storm, we had a name for the group. What was it again? I know
think
the
Storm.
Barnyard was a working title at one point.
I wanted to call us the Barnyard Hooligans because we're a bunch of animals with a scarecrow.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got one of the most important synergies in the game, Reveal. It reveals things. Horse Glue United. Ha ha!
Well, if you did, you could do glue of United Horses. You get it? Get it? Get it? Do you guys get it? Do you get it? Do you guys...
Rale's Punishment Plantation and Associated Glue Factory. I don't know if I want to be associated with the word plantation. Also, hi, Cookie Mama. Are you feeling better today? I know that you said you weren't feeling great on Tuesday.
Hi, Cookie.
Okay, now that we've got the reveal, I think we're actually done. We got the reveal, we got summon. I think we are, in fact, Dunzos.
I return. Also, there's a Cookie Mama.
Indeed.
Yes. We have been joined by Madam Cookness.
Looks like she's still in the recovery phase.
Yeah.
Know that feeling?
Her organs have betrayed her.
At least these prices haven't.
These prices will never.
Andrew.
Actually, with both Cookie Mama and Aiden here, you two, what do you think of the ideas of making custom molds for BPL gummies? Got very quiet all of a sudden. Now I'm concerned.
Why are you just murdering all these birds, dude?
Because they're attacking me.
Well, maybe you're invading their home.
Aiden, yes, because I always wanted to have the bad horse in my mouth.
Okay.
Storm, no.
I didn't make the joke this time. I didn't make the joke this time.
Oh hey, we unlocked Ragnarok. I'm using this even though I don't need to, because it's funsies.
So
first plasma.
What makes this even more enjoyable for me is I'm imagining
Fuck off, sword!
everything Aiden is saying is him doing his loud, funny voice version of himself. He's just yelling all this.
Yes.
I have to remember everything that Hitchcock wrote, because I'm pretty sure my brain is accidentally overlapping Hitchcock with Heinlein.
Hitchcock was like horror and shit. Heinlein was like sci-fi and shit.
Yeah, and the sci-fi of variable quality. Stranger in a Strange Land gets fucking weird after a certain point. Like, initially, super interesting. By the end,
I mean, I do think there's a certain danger in naming a sci-fi story after a Bible verse, because then either you're going to get really weird and cerebral about it, or you're not.
Okay, Campers, I'm generally bad with authors. Give me major stories by them, and I'll have a better idea of who you're talking about.
Like with Heinlein, you're talking about like Starship Troopers, if I recall correctly.
Yes, Heinlein was also Starship Troopers.
Whereas Hitchcock is like movies. He's a director, from what I remember correctly. Because he's like The Birds and stuff like that.
So I am somewhat.
I thought The Birds was a Hitchcock original.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he came up with that whole thing, in other words.
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
And Aiden, I'm aware I forgot about the other door, but I'm already this far, so we're just going out this way.
You got so far and tried so hard.
But what about in the end, Storm?
Well, it looks like it didn't even matter.
What, Aiden? What? I have all the loot. I have everything. Oh yeah, escape. Derp. I never use that spell.
Again, I'm picturing Aiden yelling in the Aiden voice at Rale right now, and it brings me joy and
Totally
a
forgot I
fundamental
had
level
that
of
as an
life.
option. Yay. Also, can you guess what Ayers Rock is named off of?
The air.
It's fucking Uluru, which is also known as Ayers Rock in Australia.
Oh. You see, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yes, the Aiden and I are right. The air element.
Yeah, but the thing is that a lot of the Golden Sun world is themed off of parts of the real world, though obviously adjusted geography. Like, oh, hey, this continent. I wonder what this one could be based off of. It's fucking Africa.
He's like the world during the Pangea Drift.
Yep.
What?
The Pangea Drift, like when Pangea broke into multiple continents.
I wasn't aware that that had an actual name.
Yeah, he just felt it when it happened.
Aiden in chat, more right than you know, Storm. And yes, don't worry, we're gonna find some stuff out about this world.
Look, given how much Aiden is sassing us, why don't we just drag his ass back in here?
Aiden said the puppers were being loud, which is why he usually doesn't join the chat.
I mean, I prefer to listen to them over any nincompoops.
Wow, rude.
How dare?
Oh, did I say that out loud? Shit.
Something good breeding in class, something ass.
Yes! Yes, Storm. Good of you to bring that up.
Fucker's an asshole, yes, he's an ass.
No, if you're gonna do it, sing the Psyduck song.
Wacker, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, man.
Aiden, I wouldn't call this sad pupper village. They're generally content.
I don't like sad pupper.
Ow!
Make happy pupper.
The music's more like mysterious is what I think they were going for.
Stimulus Peace Strongulator.
Yes.
And last of all, the answer was if you have access to WBPL 76, if you can already get onto the chat for it, you are welcome to join us. My streams are open invite.
Yes.
I'll invite your face.
Not all streams are open invite though, so it's a stream by stream basis.
Yeah. Also, of course, if you are from within the community, do double check the digs to make sure you're approved and all that wonderful jazz.
Yep.
Don't play too fast and loose with rules.
Yeah.
I'll play with your face.
I think you have to
Probably.
be approved by Dig Steve and access the voice chat channel. Yeah, yeah, it's a locked one. You have to have the right role. Cookie Mama also points out, if you're new to the Legion, you need to not be gray name before. And then after that, you have to talk to Diggs.
Yeah.
Yes, the old man is weirdly happy to find werewolves.
Look, man.
So, rule number 76 engaged. There are werewolves in this game, ergo Storm already assumes it's the best game ever.
What?
I love werewolves.
Okay.
So now we're
Okay.
looking for werewolves. Bully Snake, I'm pretty sure Storm is not a furry.
In the sense of being part of the community of furries, no, I am not. Like, I know there are people who are like, well, you're a brony, and thus you're furry, or, well, you are into werewolves and such, thus you're a furry. It's like, if that's your definition, then yes. But in the sense of identifying as a furry and being part of that community, no, I am not. And, you know, no kink shaming, but I'm not part of that either. So, like,
Yeah.
that is one of those things where it's just like, that can go on over there, and I'm fine with that. And I can go do my own thing over here.
Storm.
Yes?
We don't kink shame here, but we do kink why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, quite honestly, I'm not good enough at tech support to be a furry. Whacker, on the other hand...
Wow. Dude, you have met me. I am like the furthest fucking thing you could ever get from furry.
No, I mean...
Really?
See you in that outfit? No.
Storm. I'm not wearing the maid outfit. That's
Whacker, we have you on
That's
contract.
Maze's job now, Storm.
My girlfriend turned into the moon.
Bummer, man. That's rough, man.
Aiden asks a very pertinent, relevant question, Storm.
Aware haunts. Well, in my setting, which Whacker and company here are playing in, there are in fact horse folk in the setting. Sagittaire.
I did not know that, but now I do know that, and
I want you to imagine.
I wish I could unknow that.
Well, there's one on your crew already, and let's just say he's the most dangerous kickboxer in the entire crew.
But
So
I
the funny thing is, well, not funny thing, but see, now I can't play in that campaign because I've seen too much anime to trust horse folk.
Yeah, it's not that kind of horse folk.
Storm.
Boy snake.
Behold, a rock.
We are not bringing berserk horse people into this side.
Oh God! Even I know that one.
Matters of concern.
I mean, I
If
think
it's bad enough that even I know it, that's bad. Also, it's been a really long time since I have watched Berserk.
We should give it a watch.
Oh,
It's an Aiden.
Aiden has returned.
Ladies and gentlemen, the enthusiasm.
What's up?
Stop.
Hello. Have your fur children stopped screaming?
They have.
Huzzah! Blessed quiet. Only for you to join this chat. A tactical error may have been made.
There are dumber things I could do.
You're not
Not
wrong,
many, but we'll think of
know
them.
that I'm not on the top of Iden's dumb shit list.
right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, Whacker, you gotta look at it this way. We gotta go with the full average of dumb involved here, and Storm and Andy kind of bring the dumb level down a bit, so it's just enough to dump you and Rale off of the top 10 list. Just enough.
I'm helping.
That's Squick's line, not yours.
I don't see any copyright.
I believe that Squick has indeed copyrighted any and all. Actually, you know what? Never mind.
I don't think Squick needs to worry about people breaching his copyright. I tried to do what he does earlier, and I nearly asphyxiated.
Gotta do that cardio,
What?
Storm.
When I tried
He's
to...
a expert at the absence of punctuation and, breathing.
Yeah, like... I used to sing professionally, and I admire what that man is capable of.
He's got pipes. He definitely's got pipes.
What he
also
doesn't have
has
is
some of the-
these prices!
God damn it.
I don't know, man. He's got some of the wildest hardware I've seen a person just pull out of a backpack, so...
That's true. At the first time I went to a BPL meetup, he had all the sound equipment for recording, like, the podcast stuff. And I'm like, so do you do this for a living? And he's like, nope, I have poor impulse control.
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot of us, honestly.
The amount of squicknology that is currently in this household, because he's like, this looks like you would have fun with it, and just left it here for the immediate term. It's like, what? This thing is cool, but
Squicknology is now going to be a
Is it-
permanent part of my vocabulary.
Is it Beagle proof?
not necessarily. Though,
Okay.
I do need to get on DaVinci Resolve and put together a pup date for today, on the basis of he has procured a harness that can mount a GoPro, and last week we may have taken Pip and the girls to the park, mounted Pip with the camera, and then just, got a good half hour of pup cam.
Happy whacker noises intensify.
Yes. Most bestest puppers. So context, the werewolves live in this village and hide their true forms because they have previously been, burned at the stake.
Yeah, they've experienced a fair amount of persecution.
Indeed.
I really, really wish that I hadn't heard that word, phrase, mouth sound, but here we are. Aiden,
It should
Yes.
also be noted.
why do you... Why?
Because it does you pain.
That's fair.
They saw Twilight and went, oh hell no. Everybody with a sense of, decency sees Twilight and goes, oh hell no. Anka, you don't need the bottle cap. That's not for puppies.
Well, chew on it, Dad.
Twilight is a horrible story about, depending on your perspective, either a stalker creeping on a chick that's way under his age range, or if you want to try and cast it as a romance story, it's one young girl's choice between necrophilia and bestiality, which is hardly the romance of the century.
I thought it was to highlight Kristen Stewart's complete lack of acting ability.
I mean, that too.
I disagree on that. We've seen her in other stuff where she's a perfectly capable actor. In fact, most of the cast of Twilight is actually decent actors in other stuff. They were working with not the greatest
Twilight.
script.
Yeah, they were working with Twilight.
Yeah, like
You can't save that story through acting. I'm sorry, it's not possible.
Yep.
yeah.
Now, have you commented or will you come back as Stuart and Stella?
I hear a decidedly English voice.
Acted the way that he was because Patterson had seen the first couple of chapters of the story connected.
See, now I want to hear what Lady Red's saying.
Yeah, what is the wisdom?
Yes.
So, she was saying that Patterson actually did a really good job based on the context that he was going off of notes taken from the, the story that was told from his perspective that at that time was not published. So, like, he did a good job with what he had.
What he had was shite, though.
Yeah, what he had was shit. Oh god, Pharisees is here. Hide the booze.
Hello.
Look, fascists!
Why no keep Nurse Cap when Nurse Cap better than hat currently
Because I
on
wanted
character?
to check if I'd have a better hat from buying. That's why. Because wooden cap
Not-
access.
Sensible.
I mean,
Lord fascists!
fair. I just don't know why you didn't have the Nurse Cap in the first place.
Because I originally had it on Sheba, and whenever I forgot it was on her, so when I got the Clarity circuit that she now has, I never switched it over to Jenna. Oh, and it's still better than the wooden cap. Noted.
I am butts, and it's inexcusable. Very well. Okay. I can live with this.
Can you though?
Pharisees, you know my streams are open invite, and you can come into the chat and tell him in person.
You're gonna tell me to fuck off.
Come shit talk in person. Comes in, calls man butts, refuses to explain until later, leaves. Fucking Chad move, man.
See, he's typing in all caps to let us know very important things right now.
On the bed right now? Ah, yes. On the bed.
Yes, this clearly renders you unable join voice chat.
Can we turn
You're
Rale streams
incapacitated.
into impromptu rap battles? So I can't rap. Like, if I know the lyrics beforehand, maybe, but I can't, like, think up lyrics on the fly.
Yes. If he has little C's with him, this is true. This is
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that Pharisees has tiny people.
yep.
Oh, so you know what I made the mistake of doing today?
Breathing.
Looking up where the secret tunnel meme came from. And now it's
That's
in
a
my
mistake.
head.
How?
It's
Fair
in my
enough.
head. In my head. In my head.
God damn it! Shut up, Rale. I will find you.
I mean, I
And
already
here-
told you, Wacky, you have to wait until after I have another bed set up. Then you can visit.
So have you already gone back and gotten the water gin? I missed that part.
The water gin? Where?
Go back and talk to old man. What's his fuck? The wolf.
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
My inventory has been a problem, and so I prioritized going to the shop.
Yeah, because you don't stop and sell shit.
I did just stop and sell shit. I went all the way through the desert and then Ayers Rock.
Goblin mode engage.
I mean, you could have stopped at Alhafra. You didn't have to fight Briggs. You could have at least just stopped and sold some shit.
I totally forgot I could go to Alhafra and wouldn't be like locked out from going back through Ayers Rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pro fucking streamers here.
100%.
I mean, it's not. Arguably, I'm following like the speed run method. I didn't
Well,
run out of inventory space.
All
it
I'm
just started
hearing
being a
is
problem.
excuses again.
The speedrun method would have you fuck up Briggs's shit immediately, so that you
Fair.
didn't have to go back through the desert again.
Okay, fair, but counterpoint.
Does
I'm not
he
great
look
at
like-
video games.
Yeah, does he look like a speedrunner, Aiden?
No.
No,
No.
God no.
He's the wimp that had to go to easy mode to finish Metroid Dread.
All that does is make me take less damage. Don't even.
And?
Yeah,
I have
Raven Peak's
slightly
not,
bigger health
Raven
bar.
Peak's not that hard.
I believe you have been called
See,
out.
the thing is,
Aiden.
the only reason I made it even through that fight on easy mode was because of, I don't remember who was in the chat, but someone was in the chat and gave me the tips I needed in order to beat him.
There was a couple of us.
Yeah.
I was one of them.
Because
Yeah.
I'd previously fought him like 10 plus times and gotten my shit rocked. Like, the fact that that only took me 2 tries was a damn miracle. I am not good at video games.
He is not
We
a
know.
clever pony.
We know, Rail. We know.
Brokeback Rails starring the bad horse himself, Storm Bondo. And his love interest, the fair maiden Wackarita. Oh my.
No! Leave me out of this.
I mean,
Look, man, Mercury Alpha came up with it, and I think he's got some. I think he might have.
if we can get a budget, we,
Yeah?
can we can disappoint Tex in whole new ways.
Dude, okay, we already know that Crow has slapped together some bangers of ninja movies. Now it's his turn to do a cowboy flick.
Oh my god.
Counter offer counter. The Ballad of Buster Storms.
That sounds like a really bad version of rap.
I mean,
Anka, what puppy
Can you
crimes are you
dance to
looking
it?
to commit?
Well, it's a bad dog. I was trying to chew on stuff.
She's trying to stuff her face down a Dr. Pepper 12-pack box. It's very silly to watch.
More than a box.
I mean, used to be Pip would stuff his face all the way down to the bottom of a Cheerios box and get it stuck and then back around the room like a cat.
And Flex, I'm aware the original title is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I was adjusting it for our version.
Yeah, the shitty version.
Get a budget to make a fake trailer for the next big Tex Talks Battletech? I mean, you don't need a budget to make a trailer for that. You just need knuckleheads willing to do stupid shit.
I mean, they already do trailers for the Tex Talks Battletechs now.
Wow. That's intriguing, Aiden. Where do you think we might be able to find an absolute boatload of people that fit that criteria?
I don't know. I know that Chucklehead and the Helpful Bunch did a thing for the Hunchback. And then again, a thing for the Twycross video because it was fun. and dumb.
Also, speaking of,
We even
Robert's
got our
list.
very own Kai of the Black Pants Legion to do the voice line from Kai Lard Liao. Not in the actual Twycross video, but in the, frickin' promo that some of the fan base made.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, honestly, you can pretty much make a Text Talks trailer with 3 key components. 1, really cool visual. 2, really epic music. 3, a very dark and heavily toned poem that Tex will proceed to read.
I was going to say, 3 is
That music.
basically Tex.
Yeah. I
Text
have a
Talks
run.
trailer dark.
Also,
Oh, God.
as I keep forgetting to bring this up again, the Mechathon will be broadcast. The Revolution will be broadcast live, correct? At least part of it, though.
Yeah, the big the big finale will be, yes.
Isn't that this upcoming Saturday?
Oh, look, wind carrying particles of, brain uranium from Ayers Rock. Wonderful. You're werewolves because you got irradiated by magical murder rocks.
Glorious.
Sorry, jumping tracks back to what's on game screen at the moment.
Aiden, your commentary is chicken noodle soup for the soul, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So, for those who have just been listening to us and not reading, what they figured out is that the Synergy Stone inside Ayers Rock is air elemental, and because of that, the wind has been carrying particles of it towards this village, which is why some of the villagers can use Whirlwind. In addition, some of them who are more powerful can also climb Ayers Rock and learn Reveal. Because I'm probably not going to be able to play Dark Dawn on stream, we find out in the third game that the Beastmen are like a whole race, and in particular with the example of Maha here, once they have enough synergy, they don't go back to being human. They full wolf form, and that becomes they become like a whole country of their own.
I mean, Mr. Maha Blast over there?
Yes.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
What you don't hate is these prices!
You've said that 4 fucking times this stream so far.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm also tired, so I'm lacking for...
He's
I'm
gonna
a
burn
one-trick
through
pony
his
right now.
He's gonna burn through his allotment of these prices jokes before he gets to my stream. At which point he won't be allowed to do it during Captain Conehead's adventures.
What are you streaming now, Aiden?
Blasphemous.
I don't remember what Blasphemous is.
Seen that
Catholic
on
Guilt,
YouTube.
the Metroidvania experience.
Yeah, it's a hard emphasis on the Vania part of Metroidvania.
Vania.
Basically, you play as a penitent knight, or basically a Knight Templar sort of character, in a Berserk-esque, everything is just ultra-violent world where...
God's an asshole and he hates everybody.
Oh, so
Has
Castlevania,
limitations,
but with
plastic.
Dark Souls art style.
and a lot more Catholicism and Spanish culture.
Oh god, is that gonna mean more nun jokes?
I hope not.
None of these jokes, please.
I mean, we encountered the Hover Pope last time.
That sounds pretty fucking metal, actually.
Yeah, except that... Actually, no, it was, because the Hover Pope was murdering me with a spear. So yeah, no, last week's pilot episode was Captain Conehead versus the cult of the Big Sad. This week, Captain Conehead in this episode faces the wrath of the Hover Pope clones.
Actually, can't remember what his class ends up being if we give him. No.
Pharisees, no, we're not going there, homie. We're not going there. We're just talking about how in a particular work of fiction, God's a dickhead. Let's keep it constrained to the work of fiction.
I'm
Jesus, Mercury, that's a hell of a budget right there.
Mercury, what in Mercury? Do you need?
Okay. If you're talking World of Darkness, Pharisees, now comes the question: Old World of Darkness, New World of Darkness, and if we're talking Old World of Darkness, are we talking pre-5e or are we talking the abortion that is 5e?
Oh God.
I feel that you have some opinions.
Oh, that's putting it mildly.
All I can think right now
So does
is
Anka.
I need a job, and Mercury's talking about how he has money to budget for stuff like that. I'm like, Mercury, do you need a personal assistant?
I could use one. I'll pay you an exposure.
Okay, V20. Yeah, I can get down to V20.
It's over that way. Okay. Remembering where, because I'm pretty sure.
Ah, good.
What?
I'm on the same page now, Pharisees. What is it you're looking for, Rale?
The Jin that's like up, like right around here.
It's near Mikasala.
Yeah.
It's near yeah, around where that cursor is. Also, there's a summon in the vicinity, in the, yeah, near that area as well. It's a summon in a cave that is bordering the southwestern corner of the desert.
Yeah. Nope, that's all.
Hairflex, no, if I'm my opinions about D&D 5e are much more, amenable than to the 5th edition of Old World of Darkness. Vampire the Masquerade 5e is something that is a fucking crime against a setting that deserves better.
How many versions have there been?
A couple incarnations of the good version, and then one really fucking awful one. Because VTM, I mean, you've got the original, 2nd edition revised was pretty darn solid, and then they did the 20th anniversary and its follow-ups, which were, a good modernization of the game, bringing it back to relevance for a while. And then they decided they wanted to go and be fucking incredibly, mind-bogglingly stupid in how they portrayed everything in 5th ed, and it just hurt me inside.
Did they try the, are we talking, D&D 4th edition, we're turning this into World of Warcraft thing, or what?
My grievances are much more narrative in nature, though some of the mechanics being adjusted the way they are makes me go, why? Because they stripped a lot of the flavor out of some of the cool stuff that the game had. So,
Okay.
it's a TED Talk. That will be a rant that will overtake the entire rest of the stream, so I'm not gonna go into any more than I already have.
I'm assuming the missus also has opinions on this.
Oh, she'll go on for longer than I will.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to encourage. I'm saying, I know she does lots of literary stuff on her stream, but...
Look, man, I don't need to get her blood pressure up. She's having a chill day. I don't need to be that asshole.
God damn it.
No, I'm not saying get her blood pressure up, but I'm saying...
You are saying exactly that, dude.
Okay.
This is the setting that actually prompted us to meet.
Yeah, you told me, so...
Oh. Channel's maxed out. Pharisees cannot join.
What's the max out of 10?
Nope, 5 out of 5. I'm looking at it.
They had it set to 12 for a while.
Somebody kick Whacker. Side note, though, I will state the RPG system that I'm working on.
I don't know if somebody kicked Whacker or if Whacker left voluntarily.
I don't think any of us have authority to kick him, so I'm assuming you
No.
left voluntarily as a joke.
I was about to make a joke of... Hang on.
Now I'm sad.
I was gonna say,
It's
I
a
was about to
Pharisees.
make the joke of somebody find a mod and bribe them with goob.
I didn't mean to cast a void, but okay.
And now there's Pharisees in our chat.
Hello.
Greetings.
I can't hear Pharisees. Why can't I hear Pharisees? I don't have Pharisees volume turned down or anything.
I don't hear Pharisees either.
Okay, so it's not just me. So we'll wait for Pharisees audio to get ungoofed.
Indeed.
World of Darkness is, at least mechanically, one of the games that I'm taking some inspiration for my RPG. Not as much the tone of it. Mostly because I tend to lean more towards positive tones. Like, Solar Punk is my preferred setting, which is one of the reasons I like the Pokemon games so much, because they are essentially Solar Punk. I wish we had more Solar Punk games.
I see he's attempting to do things to correct the problem.
It's morning.
Maze-
Time to go
Maze
stand
requests-
outside the door all day and wait for strangers to come.
So, Solar Punk generally could be considered as a more positive reaction to Cyberpunk. Like you've still got like the technology of Cyberpunk, but rather than the world being dark, the world is a bit more bright. Thus, the solar bit. Oh wait, no, it's down over here, isn't it? Yeah, over near the
It's
chickens.
down where the
Yeah.
down where the farm animals are.
Yep.
Testing, 1, 2.
Oh,
My
look,
God!
Now not
Okay.
only is he Pharisees, he's fair hearable.
Oh, good. I had to restart Discord. It was not playing nice with my microphone software, apparently.
Discord do that from time to time.
Anyway, yes, so WAD V20, good. Everything else afterwards, no.
Explain.
The answer is no.
Pharisees
Again.
Whacker says you need to tell him he's a pretty princess now.
Whacker. Can't even do it with a straight face.
I mean, we all know that he is the fairest Southern belle ever to portray the love interest Wackarina.
Da-da-da-ba-dee-ba-ba.
Whacker, you are the lady antebellum of the ball.
Oh boy.
Mercury Alpha wants to know if anyone's familiar with the game line Shadows over Soul.
Not at all.
Nope.
No,
Never
unfortunately
even
not.
Not by that
Yeah.
name now.
Yeah, Aiden, do you want me to get into why a perfect god cannot interact with the world of darkness?
I mean, there are many reasons. That's more a question for Rale, though, because we are very quickly going to just steamroll the conversation at this rate.
Right, yeah.
Mayhap it is a subject for tonight's stream with Blasphemous.
Yeah, I can
potentially.
wait for that.
Potentially, yeah.
I
I mean, we're already going to be playing. We're already going to be playing a game where God's a dickhead to the player characters.
Yeah.
Seems appropriate.
We'll go into a full lore dump later during Blasphemous if you want, but the shorter answer is a perfect god cannot interact with an imperfect world without being inherently changed by it.
Okay,
Chew on
that's
that
an
for a
interesting-
second.
That's an interesting take.
All right.
That's why he has intermediaries, some of which fell and created Demon the Fallen.
Actually, since you both are World of Darkness nerds, apparently,
Uh-oh.
what are your
Oh, this is a
opinions
loaded
on
question.
Hunter the Parenting? Thoughts?
Unfamiliar with. To the great alarm of Squick.
Honestly, to the great alarm of me also, you need to go watch Hunter the Parenting, Aiden. This is your homework for next week. You'll have a good time, I think.
I'm
It's
sure I
pretty
will.
good. It's worth a listen, if not a watch.
We've started getting Squick to watch Bachano with us over Sunday roast dinner, and after
Bachano?
seeing Isaac, yes. Oh, are you unfamiliar with Bachano?
Bakano, you mean, right?
Do you mean Bakano?
I have never heard it pronounced that way, but sure.
Gangsters and the Flying Pussyfoot and the Elixir of Immortality.
Yes.
Bitch, that's my favorite anime.
Yeah. Once he experienced Isaac and Miria, his response was very much geared towards the player character energy is strong with these two. Also, Hunter the Parenting vibes.
Isaac and Miriam are one of the two couples that me and Fox have considered cosplaying as. The other being the Curtises from Full Metal Alchemist.
I'm surprised you didn't say Jesse and James from Pokemon.
And that's you and Lady Red's thing.
Yeah.
Fun
I don't know,
fact.
Hun. Would we cosplay Jesse and James?
Fun fact, Toblerone
I
of the
don't
Black
think she
Pants
can hear me.
Legion looks like a real-life Sig Curtis, so... And is also a power lifter.
I'd need to bulk up and start lifting again. I stopped lifting a couple years ago because office job and pandemic and just generally not wanting to be sociable and not having enough room for a weight set at my house. There was a point in time where I was very much, if you cannot deadlift, there is no reason for life.
I mean,
I never hit that point.
I mean, Fox was a
I used to
competitive
be in
level
shape.
weightlifter at one point.
Nice. I used to be in shape, but I never was big on the lifting.
round is a shape.
I mean, I used to be in shape, now I am a shape.
Round is a shape.
That's what I'm saying.
Wrong.
Yeah, and like, no shame, I'm fatter than you, so
Yeah, fair.
that's my name.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey,
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Okay, we can't say that. Well... No, not right now.
No, Mercury, we're
Yeah.
not making smothered chili for hells.
Yeah, Brute as a class really needs to have another couple gin to make it worth it.
Or at least the others need more classes. I generally don't like doing Brute until I have the other... until we get peers and can properly set the other two up. To where they're not... no one's getting, like, the offsets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what
That
I
is
hate?
the awkward part about the early game is you get so many gin and it's hard to really be able to use them all adequately.
At least until we get peers. But once we get peers and things open up...
I hate when somebody in chat named Logic Nullifier comes and asks me a really good question about the WAD God lore.
Wad God, that sounds dirty.
They call me the WAD God.
You cannot get up there yet. That is a
Oh,
end
yeah,
game
you gotta have
optional
sand.
dungeon.
Okay. I was wondering if
You
it
have to
was
have-
that or was something else I'd forgotten about, you know?
No, it's the one you need teleport for, so until you hit Mars Lighthouse, that arrow means nothing.
The arrow is a lie.
Alright, Digiman, I'm just gonna make the comment that they may not be explicitly a couple outside the Pokemon Adventures manga, but watch that TV show and tell me they aren't absolutely a thing when they aren't being bumbling incompetents trying to steal a grossly overrated rodent.
So, on the one hand, Pikachu as a general Pokemon. Ash's Pikachu, though, that thing is strong and kind of busted.
That thing has plutonium. That's all it's
Does
got
indeed.
going for it.
Does indeed have
Also-
a plot.
Also, looks like we will not have a BB today. So, the time constraints, Rale, for end of stream have loosened significantly.
Indeed. I'll probably still end my stream in about an hour. About 55 minutes.
Digiman, we are so not breaking into that subject.
Part of the reason why I limit myself to streaming for 3 hours is because my social battery only has so much energy. Okay, we made it to El Hafra. No, I want to go that way. I know what's in that hotel.
Stop squeaking two pieces of styrofoam together and just speak to me like a normal person.
So, Digiman, I'll bite. I'll bite. Pharisees may have tried to dodge this bullet, but I'll fucking bite. James is as straight as an arrow in that show, and he is so incredibly secure in that it is extremely liberating.
Quote, something a friend of mine said once. You will never feel more manly than you do in a dress when you realize that you just can't pull it off.
I'm just going to point out one of the... there's a music tuber that I enjoy every so often. Little V Mills, right? I'm sure
Well, there you go. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Sailor Fuku.
Yes, that man has pulled a fucking Sailor Schoolgirl outfit. Now, keep in mind that this is a metalhead with, like, head-banging long hair and a full beard. And he is rocking the Sailor uniform, the Sailor Schoolgirl uniform, and completely fucking owning it.
Yeah, I mean...
That dude, you know the best part? The camera is being operated by his wife.
I mean...
They have had to censor some angles, though, in his videos.
They have. They have.
Height in
So,
a Sailor
yeah.
Moon win.
Some of the straightest dudes you will ever see are supremely comfortable dressing up as in frickin' drag or as schoolgirls.
I mean, I maintain that, like, what you wear clothing-wise shouldn't have anything to do with your sexuality. Like, those are two different things.
Ergo, I strongly argue that James from Pokemon is as straight as an arrow. He is very much committed to his relationship with Jessie. And the dude is as secure as a man can ever possibly be in it.
Yeah.
It's a pistol.
Hello, Pistol.
I mean, shit, if I could pull off sundresses, I would 100% wear sundresses. I just can't pull it off, so I don't.
Aloe, I would have to be in shape, not a shape, again, before I would even consider it. Because right now, it would just look sad.
Yeah.
Like, if I were fit enough to be able to pull it off, I would be open to the idea.
I wish Aiden lived closer to me, because then we could be gym partners.
That would be very beneficial, actually.
This is
would
where
help
we
me
just
too.
This is just where we like put Keegan in a box and just send him from one Legionnaire to another to whip them into shape.
Keijin showing up in a box, popping out like the stripper out of a bachelor's party cake. Let's get down to business.
To shape
Melt off
your
those
ass.
buns.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
So what I'm getting is we need to set up, rather than a normal meetup, we need to set up, like, I don't know, like a 2-week-long lifting camp.
No. We need to set up a meet-up, MEAT,
Ah.
where it's all protein and pumping iron.
That's how you get the meat poops. Also, fiber is important for your diet. You should not skip out on fiber.
Indeed.
Okay, maybe not exclusively meat, but very protein intensive.
Yeah.
Then you get the whey farts.
Yeah. That's okay. The whey farts are still not as bad as what protein bars did to my company at OCS. That was bad.
Ugh.
That was
You told
chemical
this tale.
warfare.
You told this tale, and deeply disturbed I was.
Indeed.
Did you know Little Miss Muffet was actually buff as hell? She had her curls and whey.
God damn it.
Why are we here? Why are we putting up with this?
Just to suffer.
You should have known it was coming sooner or later. I mean, it's me.
He played us like a damn fiddle.
No, because
No.
fiddles are hard to play.
I played
He
you like
us
the cheap
the
kazoos
cheap
you
kazoo
are.
we are.
Whacker, Pharisees, now you know why I escaped and suckered you into it. Okay. Oh yeah, these guys. So context: these guys.
Olfactory memory of what the meat sweats actually smell like. Oh. Ugh.
So these guys bought this ship, but they are pirates. They bought this ship with stolen money after their own ship was leveled by the tidal
Yep.
wave at the beginning of the game, and now.
And the tidal wave is utterly ass-fucked their boat, their new boat too.
Yep.
I like the bonsai tree on the table. It's a nice touch. Pirates have good decor.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I should
think
have
it's
set up the
supposed to be a
summon
flower
rush.
vase.
Oh well.
But yeah, no. Pirates have apparently a decent sense of feng shui.
I mean, this could also
Look
be
at that.
just the decorations that were on the ship before they moved in.
Ah, so like showing up to an Airbnb and it's got like all the nice stuff out that you then put in the corner because you don't actually want it in the way.
Right.
Right.
It's like, yeah, this is a nice little vase of flowers. I'm gonna move it over here so it doesn't get broken, and yeah.
Shows up to Airbnb, loses deposit because flowers wilted by the end of the weekend.
That was a $500 plant and you let it die.
There were no explicit instructions to water it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it was. If you hit this, if you scanned the QR code and checked the long rules rather than the short rules in the book, you would know this.
There's a reason I
feel-
wanted Airbnbs.
Oh, Anka.
I feel
has
like there's a
little apple
tail
slice.
here.
Anka has appy slices, guys.
Yay,
Excellent.
Bianca noises.
E. I don't have a problem with Airbnbs, but I do tend to get picky about what Airbnbs I'll go to. So, like we spent a while shopping for the Airbnb we used for the meetup.
The last time I rented an Airbnb, it was because I was traveling for work and I needed a place to stay, and I decided that a hotel room wasn't going to be good enough for a 3-week stay
Fair.
because I felt like an actual house would be nicer because it would actually have a kitchen,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have to eat fast food all day and get those farts, because what is... Yeah, just because fast food every day, just, it ain't good for you. Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
I had to do fast food for like a week because our fridge wasn't working when we first moved into this place, and it was fucking awful.
Yup.
Anka, don't steal your mother's apple slice. Saris, don't yell at your daughter for trying to steal the apple slice. I've got her.
But what happened was, as it turns out, in that neighborhood, the local crime ring had all their Airbnbs cased out pretty well and knew when somebody was staying in them that was a tradesman. And they came and stole all my tools out of my car.
The fuckers.
Yeah, the bastards. Luckily, my car insurance covered it, and it didn't raise my rate because it was, not terribly expensive, but still, that was like my whole living that just disappeared one night.
So that reminds me of the call sign that a guy got in one of the squadrons I was in. So I was stationed up in Washington State, and this guy was checking in. This was when the whole Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone shit was going on, right?
Oh boy.
Ignoring
We're not
all
going
of
to get
the
into the
rest,
politics of that, but
exactly. Ignoring everything beyond that is necessary for context, the dude's call sign became Chaz because he stayed at a Airbnb in Seattle before coming to check into the command, and overnight, all of his flight gear that he was bringing with him disappeared from the trunk of his car.
yep.
I have to remember if Flora actually attacks.
Flora does damage, Megara does damage, and increases your attack for whole party, so I personally prefer Megara.
Yeah, that seems like the plan.
I don't remember what the secondary effect for Flora is, but I remember it not being particularly overwhelming.
Also, since you have taken Whacker's place, Pharisees, you are now required to yell at Andrew at least twice during this stream.
Okay. Yep. Don't.
Why?
I know Whacker says so.
Meanwhile, I am trying to wrangle the puppy because she wants to steal her parents' apple slices. Her parents are eating them far slower, and then staring at her like they're about to lose their shit. Probably because she's a little pirate and they know she's gonna try it the moment they turn away.
Y'all are hard, fiddly dee. Being a pirate is alright to be.
Can I reference an old meme here?
Go ahead.
That's probably so old that nobody will even get it.
Shoot.
This really just dates my time on the internet.
Shoot.
How does a dog know what an apples is?
That sounds
I have-
familiar, but I don't remember the source.
Oh, I have a distant memory of that, but only just distant.
Pharisees, why do you have to hurt me like this?
See, Storm gets it.
Also, somewhere along the way, we missed a water break from Pistol.
Oh, well,
Let
water
me drink
breaks
some
are
water.
kind of off for me because I'm constantly sipping on water.
Yeah.
So, Maze, I'll explain it to you. Basically, it's an old 4chan post of a polar bear chewing on an ice block that they froze apples in for enrichment for it. And the post said, "How does a bear know what an apples is?"
Bear knows what an apples is because bears eat the apples.
Yeah, but it's a polar bear. There are no apple trees in the Arctic Circle. At least, not unless there's like some sort of Arctic variety of apple that I don't know about.
The apples of the frozen north.
We call them frapples.
A frappuccino?
No. Damn it, Andy, make commentary. Okay, there's one.
Yay!
He's just sitting there quietly.
Sometimes his internet goes out on us,
Watching.
so he'll disappear for a little bit.
Another sea fighter has been downed.
This is where I'm trying to remember the intro lines to War of the Worlds and can't off the cuff. So I see Briggs is weak to both, it looked like air and... Nah, it's all good, love. Air and fire?
It's entirely possible he's weak to pretty much everything. Actually, wait. Oh, we can go for a level 3 summon. We'll do that, and meanwhile, repair.
Also, tell Lady Red I've discovered an obscure anime recently, and I'm curious what her take on it would be.
Storm wishes to convey that he's found an obscure anime and wishes to know what your opinion on it would be. I have no idea what the anime is, but I'm gonna leave it to him to tell you.
So Briggs is definitely
Obvious.
weak to fire.
Yes, I will. I will explain it to her later, because it's one of those ones where I'm starting to realize more and more that of the people I know who watch anime, I may be the only one who's an active watcher of said anime. So I wouldn't be surprised if she or others hadn't seen it. So now I'm like, oh, I want somebody else to watch this. I need someone to talk about this with.
I'm actively watching anime.
You know, our old roommate had that going for which is how Red and I were introduced to Shiki, which has been an interesting ride as far as anime goes.
Yeah, well then, Cookie Mama, ask Wookie if he's ever watched Gigage no Kitaro.
Fox is talking to someone
all
about her.
All I'm gonna say. Go on. Sorry.
Oh, Fox is talking to someone about her Lord of the Rings books. She has second edition British copies of Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Ooh.
So Storm, I know that's not what you said, but all I heard was to ask Werlin about Giggity Totoro, and I'm like, what the fuck?
No. So, the name of the anime is Gegege no Kitaro, with Gegege being a sound akin to like mimicking a frog. Which for them is a way of saying spooky or creepy. So the name would then translate to Creepy Kitaro.
That sounds familiar to me.
It got brought over to the US a few times in the past, but it never had the mainstay success of like Dragon Ball and shit.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones that in Japan it's as big as Pokemon and Dragon Ball and such. But it just never translated as well to the US because it's very much heavily dependent on Japanese folklore.
Because the whole basis of it is about yokai, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes, but it never really hooked me.
Why are we worrying about whether or not Kai is yoked?
Yokai is the Japanese word for...
I know.
Oh, okay.
I am deliberately being dumb.
I mean, it being deliberately dense.
Oh, okay. Yoking Kai does sound like a good idea, though. He can be out of control sometimes.
See, I was thinking yoked as in, like, frickin' swole as fuck.
That, too. Then he'd be even more out of control, and we could get more entertainment value out of it.
You're not wrong.
So, someone made a pun off of, I believe it was Totoro, and now I just remembered a line I once said, which was after My Neighbor Totoro, everybody wanted that cat bus E.
Stop it.
Corbolt didn't come back out of his shell for 3 days after that one.
Bye, Pistol.
Why?
He disappeared.
Yeah, so context supplied, these people are not originally pirates. They're pirates because changes in the weather due to the lighthouses being lighted has basically knocked out their fisherman way of life. They can't fish, like, the fish have left.
Or died.
So they had to find a way to make ends meet, so they were like, we'll sail away, ways away from our stuff so we don't hit our neighbors, and we'll target rich people.
Yes.
Now that we've brought up Totoro, I need to find something and pass it your way.
Now all I can think is my neighbor Stormero.
Oh my god.
I mean, I am fluffy enough.
Oh yes, the horror Totoro. Yeah.
Yes.
See, so I generally don't care for stuff that does like horror takes on children's media. Like, I can
have
appreciate...
I have no exposure to My Neighbor Totoro outside of that image. So...
You should probably watch My Neighbor Totoro. It's a pretty good movie.
Yep, it's interesting because it's one of, I'd almost call it one of Miyazaki's kind of like meditation movies.
I mean, most of the movies are meditations on something.
Yeah, where he asks himself something like, what is the world through the view of a child, or something like that. Like, where imagination is still as real as the physical world. So it very much plays in that realm. As opposed to Princess Mononoke, which is far less of a meditation and more a straight-up narrative.
Yeah.
Mononoke, Hoke, Poke.
That too.
Also, don't sleep on Porco Rosso. I didn't actually see Porco Rosso until last year, and honestly kind of regret not watching it sooner.
Yes.
Very good movie.
One of the best lines in the movie is, I can't say here because it could be contentious. Because there's always somebody that'll just say, oh, are you talking about me? And I'm like, no, it's a line from a movie.
Yes. I know which line you mean.
Yep.
But, yeah, the whole thing about the anime I was talking about is it's one that's been remade 5 times, so 6 versions in total. It basically gets remade once a decade, so it's kind of one of those perennial animes.
So it's kind of like Astro Boy.
Like Astro Boy, Cyborg 09, what was the other one? Space Captain Harlock.
Space Captain Harlock is stellar. Pun
Yeah.
intended.
And it's so like you get also kind of a fragmented view of Japan through these different decades and kind of what was going on socially. But it's also interesting because the best way I've come to describe this anime is, what if Geralta Rivea was raised by Mr. Rogers?
Interesting.
Where it's like, we're going to have our really dark action-packed story where we confront some horrible monster of humanity's making, and then we're going to tie it into an actually really important and wholesome message that people need to hear.
Also, Samurai, god damn it, I just saw the thing you pinged us in, fucking the Aux.
Why? No.
He's being a naughty samurai.
Side note, though, what is everyone's favorite Ghibli movie? My personal favorite is Howl's Moving Castle, to the point that the Howl's Moving Castle theme is mine and Fox's wedding march.
So, you know, on that subject, when Lady Red and I got married, we're at the altar, or the podium, because we got married at a museum overlooking a nice little lake with turtles hanging out in logs and so on and so forth. It was a natural science and animal kind of museum, not quite zoo, but had elements of. Okay. So, really lovely venue. I'm on one side, she's on the other. We've got I've got my groomsmen, she's got her bridesmaids and token bridesmail. And, alright, it was before she arrived. I'm stood there waiting for her to show up. As she walks down with her mother right behind her and crosses in front of the groomsmen, all 3 of them are quietly just humming, ha 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 ha. She thought it was fucking amazing and was trying not to laugh out loud. Her mother gave them such a stink eye from such a lovely little lady. To give the stink eye she gave is a thing. It is a core memory I will never forget, because it takes a lot to get her to throw that kind of "oh fuck you" look to people. She's such a lovely person.
Not quite to that level, but like I got to pull off something like that on my guitarist when it was we were getting ready for his wedding, and it was sort of one of the night before kind of things where like the family gets together for a dinner after the wedding rehearsal, etc.
Yep.
And he had told me this joke not days before, so of course he should have known it was coming. But we were kind of doing the whole going around and greeting each other and explaining how we knew each person, and I'll just call my friend Bob for now. And I'm like, well, I met Bob back in... And then I kind of like built up like I was about to have a breakdown, and everyone was, really hanging on it because everyone was, it's an emotional moment. Somebody's about to get married. You think the best friend's going to say something really profound here. And then I'm just like, Bob, you don't have to do this. Gay marriage is legal in California. And immediately he just busts out laughing, like howling at the top of his lungs. His wife is rolling her eyes, but all of the old women of the family are just like mortified. And all of the fathers are just sitting there trying their damnedest to look angry and not break out laughing.
Yup. So, with ours, it gets better because after we were all arranged and stood there and the ceremony had begun, you can tell that there's some tension, nerves being what they are. So, you know what the icebreaker is? The fucking pastor opens with "Wav, twoo wav," and just breaks into the snippet from The Princess Bride, completely off the cuff. We didn't know it was coming, so we just break out laughing. One of the photos taken is the moment we start giggling at the stand, and he just has this impish, shit-eating grin on his face, like, he had a blast doing that shit.
Yep. So in regards to Rale's actual prior question, it's a hard tie for me between Princess Mononoke and The Boy and the Heron.
Good choice. Undervalued choice. Holy crap, dude.
I just remembered I still haven't watched The Boy and the Heron, and I really need to.
I fear almost the possibility of overselling it. It's so good.
Is it available on anything? Of course it's on Max.
Yep. But The Boy and the Heron, just because it tackles some of those feelings that like I genuinely felt in middle school and high school, like the kind of feelings that don't get resolved until you're well into your adulthood. And kind of having that, somewhere between Russian deep tissue massage and hardcore friendship punch them out of you. And then Princess Mononoke because Ashitaka's a badass and I love that anime.
I actually finally watched, speaking of movies that should be watched that we've neglected too, Knives Out and Glass Onion. I had watched both of them yesterday, and I can recommend.
I think Andy was about to say something.
Oh no, I was just saying my cousins did at their wedding where the preacher said "Wav, whoa, wav."
It's such an iconic element of our culture now.
It is.
For me, I have a three-way tie on Studio Ghibli movies that I have never been able to have one come out as the true leader in my favoritism.
Okay.
Kiki's Delivery Service, because the whole basis of the story is you have to believe in yourself to make the things you want to happen.
Yes.
Grave of the Fireflies, which as a veteran really strung me out. Because the human cost of war is something I witnessed firsthand, and having seen that movie only after I served, it fucked with me strongly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And maybe Aiden can speak to this too, having served as well. When you come out, in a way, your emotions are very numb because the military has a tendency to beat that shit out of you if you're in long enough.
So having something that can go in and like rip that band-aid off.
Yeah, basically. And the third is My Neighbor Totoro, because being able to step back, and I'm actually tearing up a little bit because of this, because I'm a father now. being able to step back and view the world through the lens of a child is a beautiful thing.
Oh, 100%.
To understand that wonder again is great.
And especially because a lot of people, they don't grow up in the sense of learning how to be an adult. They end up growing up by putting away being a child.
Yes, exactly.
And so a lot of times then parents, like, even though they went through the exact same thing, don't know how to communicate fully with a child who doesn't know how to be an adult yet. And they don't know how to communicate an adult idea to a child.
It is, I'm of the opinion it is very important as you get older. Yes, you have to take on responsibilities, but keep that sense of wonder alive. Because it gets real hard to do at times, because otherwise, you're going to end up unhappy and bitter about stuff.
You have to keep the sense of wonder alive, or you dry up into a soulless husk who has no joy left.
Yep.
Correct.
It's one of the reasons why I generally... what was it? You're not
Hey, Rale,
dead.
did you get the bread from the boat yet?
I thought I had to have Tremor for that.
You should have Tremor by now. Did you not go into the cave under Madra and get Tremor?
I did not.
Okay.
I
You'll have
mixed
to come
Tremor
back.
up with the Cyclone bit. That's what it was.
Yep, you should have been able to get Tremor by now, but you'll need to go back for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noted.
And you'll want to do that because it gets you the Ixion mail, among other things.
Yeah.
Armor.
There's, actually, kind of going to that point, Pharisees, back over to the anime that I was talking about, Kitaro. There's an episode where they're caught in a dream world, and because the main character has had to have, adult responsibilities, has had to survive, has had to do all these things, all his life, he's never had, quote, childish dreams. So he doesn't quite have the imagination to actually fight back in this dream world. Whereas all of these kids that they're trying to rescue who've been sort of brainwashed by this cult leader are, throwing giant robots at him and, fairy tale monsters and things like that that are beyond what even he normally deals with. And so when, push comes to shove, the only thing he's able to grip onto is what he imagines his father was like when his father was younger, rather than, his father's very disabled and broken body now. And it's the episode where we finally get the sort of, we get to see the Gandalf character in his prime suddenly appear and fully, beat the ever-loving crap out of the monsters. And it's one of those moments of, God, it would suck to know that you tried your best as a father, but that your kid was never allowed to have those flights of fancy.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to spare you all my sob story, but I didn't get to have too much of a childhood myself. And so being able to now live vicariously through my son is an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's this is gonna sound real dumb, but definitely one of the perks I see of being a parent is getting to go places that you want to go, but can't because they're designed for kids, and you will get all the crosswise look if you don't have a child with you.
That has never stopped my aunt and uncle-in-law. They go to Disney World twice a year.
This is reminding me of the limited exposure I have to shift genres pretty hard. Nightmare on Elm Street, I can't remember which one in the series it was, the Dream Warriors, because, getting to see the kids go in the dream world and be their idealized selves to try and deal with the bullshit that Freddy is. It was a fun take on the power of imagination of a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of children, my four-legged kids are getting feisty again.
They do that.
Alright, as much as I was trying to hold it until the end of the stream, I do gotta run to the bathroom because I've now hit the point where if I hold it anymore, it's gonna start hurting. I'll be right back.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
And now we're having that post-deep conversation think.
No, I'm not having a think at all. I'm just watching the girls try and murder each other on the beanbag chair.
Okay, that too is fair.
Anka is on her back, putting her boots to her mother's belly, while Saris is trying desperately to find a way to get at the scruff of her daughter.
Feetsies.
Yes. Pip, on the other hand, is just slumped on a cushion next to Lady Red and is dozing.
In answer to your question, Cookie Mama, Rale has tried to defy nature, and nature said, "No, bitch, I'm in charge."
New War Thunder update. Alright, Mr. Jiggle, I'll bite. What are they adding? What is this new thing? He says that he's scrolling to find War Thunder in his Steam library and see it for himself.
Ways to share state secrets.
We are the new Legion arm of the Thug Shaker Central. God.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So while I was in the bathroom, I thought of something cursed but also amazing. I'm number one in everything, even in the bathroom. No shitting in this house, all liquid diet.
What?
Ah, yes, for when you were insistent on pooping Aquafina.
Ah. Also, public service announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Don't spread state secrets, or for that matter, job-sensitive information online.
No.
It's dumb. Don't do that.
Stop. Get some help.
The Comanche... Okay, fair enough.
Although I do kind of feel bad for the War Thunder community that that's now the thing everyone thinks of when War Thunder comes up.
Yeah, well...
They kind of did it to themselves, though.
I mean,
My
that's
thoughts
fair.
exactly.
Here is like a bunch of ants that are desperately trying to find that little scab that you're trying to cover up and just tear it open and remind you of it all the time.
So Fox
Andy?
Fox has been staring at me for a solid 2 minutes now, judging me for what I said.
If I could get you to eat a smoothie. If I could get you to drink a protein shake, would you think I would have?
She's using the fact that I generally don't care for stuff like smoothies or protein shakes against me now.
I mean, of all the things we could use against you, that seems very mild.
There's always nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah?
I think I might be one of the few teachers left who actually knows that technique.
I mean, I think if you do nails on a chalkboard, you're kind of a monster.
Well,
My-
I also work in sound engineering, so
My fingers hurt just thinking about that.
Concur. Well, Rale, now that you've got Reveal, you should be able to get in there and not only get the, thingamabob, the primer bit, but also you should be able to get your hands on the summon in here.
Yep.
Moloch.
yeah, no, we actually have a chalkboard at the school solely for pretty much Foley work. And from my understanding, it almost only ever gets used pretty much for either that or the sound of chalk being written.
Actually, Aiden, I don't think I'll be able to. I don't have, what is it called? Frost.
I don't think you need Frost for Moloch, but I might be mistaken.
Yeah, outside of that, I don't think I've seen an actual chalkboard in most any institution in quite some time.
Well, yeah, because
Dry erase and all
whiteboards,
that.
yeah, dry erase boards, and then smart boards very rapidly overtook them in utility.
Yeah. We are poorer for it. No, I joke.
I disagree emphatically. Dry erase sports at the very least.
No, yeah, I'm being silly. I'm being that, it was all better in my day. My day.
It was distinctly not, old man. The future is
Me and
now.
my silicosis from having clapped out many an eraser.
I used to be used to what it was, and then what it was changed, and now it's weird and strange to me, and it'll happen to you.
My shtick is always when people are like, I don't want to have all these rules for doing this thing. I'm like, bro, you know, not most of those rules ended up becoming so because someone died for it, right?
Indeed.
Like, yeah, a lot. Well, it does obviously depend on what industry you're in, but most rules are actually there for a reason. Just because you're not the reason doesn't mean you should ignore the rule.
I'm just thinking of the one meme picture. It's like, the more ancient and decrepit an empire, the more insane its rules become. And it just cuts to a soda fountain, and there's a sign on it that says, "Please do not wash your nether regions in the Baja Blast."
Free country, huh?
Become ungovernable.
I didn't know we were spelling America with a K.
Okay, we need to move away from this subject matter.
To say that's taking a turn we don't need right now.
Yeah, moving squarely along.
Squarely?
Okay, circularly.
If you're moving circularly around a subject, does that mean you're kind of getting back to it in a roundabout way?
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Where's
So instead, we'll get back to another subject in a roundabout way. If you
These
could...
Another subject.
is.
Another subject in a roundabout way. Honorable mention to the cat returns.
Oh,
Indeed. If you could have a tail, would you want one?
Yes.
yeah.
We'll stop. Yes. No. No further questions. No further commentary. Yes.
I used to imagine what it would be like to have a big old fat Godzilla tail. That was because I was, kind of Godzilla back and forth.
Now, what kind of tail would I want? That I can't tell you. I haven't decided yet.
The tail, yeah, that's a complicated question because then you get into, do you want to be able to grab stuff with it or do you want it to be fluffy? Because while they're not technically mutually exclusive, I imagine grabbing stuff with a fluffy tail would be distinctly uncomfortable.
Probably.
I already have back problems. Why would I want to extend this?
Fox in the background. I've already got back problems. Why would I want to extend that?
Digi does bring up a good point. Is you might sit on it on accident.
I've got that problem with other parts of me. I don't need.
Yeah.
A tail might help.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's already something I have to compensate with bits I've got, so that's not really...
Yeah. There's a good chunk of chat that knows that feeling. Everyone wants to sit down like they mean it until they find a cement block.
Yeah, that's a good way to learn how to stop flopping in your chairs real fast. One, it's bad for your chairs. Two, it's bad for your balls.
I was to say, how many of us have actually had to go to the ER because they sat on their balls too hard, though? Me raise his hand.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I've never had it that bad. I have had to go to the doctor for surgery before.
Never a desirable state of affairs.
No, it was not.
I'm very lucky, and the only 2 surgeries I've had were one to repair my leg, which was rough, but the other one was to extract calcified pilar cysts from my head.
I was born with a hernia somewhere in my abdomen, and it moved down.
Whoa! Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, brother.
Yeah, luckily I did not experience any adverse effects of it before it was caught, and thus surgery happened.
I had a hernia when I was like a baby, and I had to have surgery for it, but I don't think too much happened out of it.
No, generally, like if they're dealt with, it's not a problem. It's very much it's a go stay one night at the hospital just to be sure sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do I want to go get the other bit first? No, we don't need the Ixion mail that badly. I can hear Aiden twitching in the background. Map is
And dear chat, the next time you see Cocainum Rob, the next time he streams when he has a chance, don't make him laugh too hard. He actually has a hernia right now, and he's not doing great. Every time he sneezes and laughs too hard, it actually is very painful. Please don't do that to him.
Well, now they're definitely gonna do it.
Please don't. He's like genuinely suffering from it.
I can't remember if... Aiden, are you still there? Did he leave while I was not paying attention?
No,
Nope, he's just being quiet.
just dealing with pupper doggos.
I need...
He's dealing with dog trouble.
I'm pretty sure there's not one on this continent. I have to get to the next continent over. The solution is to dig a hole. Dicky hole.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
The first time I ever heard that particular one, I mean, I would like hear the full version later, but it was because of overly sarcastic production. So now I can only associate that phrase with Odin.
Eh. This fucking puzzle. It's barely even a puzzle, more maze. God damn it.
We blame you, Maze.
Hip hop, a hippie to the hip hip hop, and a don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie, self jump the boogie to the boogie and the boogie the beat.
Great sorrow has been achieved.
Why?
I don't know, I just felt like saying it.
No, that just reminded me of another reason why I hated working retail. At one point when I worked retail, I worked in a deli. And me and one of the other deli workers would, sing songs while working. And eventually a customer complained about it, and we were told we weren't allowed to sing while on duty.
That's lame.
Right?
We call that a shitty person.
Yeah.
I just wait 2 months and start doing it again.
Stuff like this is why I won't go back to retail.
I mean, it's not just retail. So, I had a enlisted person that got selected to go for officer training, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing about officer training is that when you're going through the pipeline, it's a variation on boot camp. And if you fail a major evolution, fail an event, what happens is you roll out of your class into what's called H class, holding class, where you sit for 3 weeks, and then when the next class comes up to the point you failed at in the program, you join them and try again. As long as you don't fail the same thing twice, you generally can keep on moving through the program. H is a miserable place because it's where people are basically getting shit on for 3 weeks unbroken to correct a deficiency. All of the people that they had grown acclimated to working with and living with, they no longer are able to do so, and, generally speaking, you're not making any progress. You exist purely to just kind of wake up, get beat on, and then go to sleep. However, there is a very large amount of camaraderie because everybody who was there is there for a reason, and the whole thing about H class is everybody's looking out for everybody else. It's really cool in that capacity because it means that you will make some very good friends there that will stick with you for years to come, but also there's a sense of camaraderie involved. Well, then I get the word from these sailors of mine who are now going through officer training. One of them rolled to H class, and lo and behold, I find out that one of the prior enlisted dudes who is now running the H class portion, because the way it works, once you hit the last 3 weeks of the program, you become the kind of worker bee colony for the actual people in charge. So you're the ones who get all the events set up and shit for the drill instructors and the chiefs. Well, this guy apparently, A, had the authority go to his head, and B, thought that it had to be all miserable all the time with no exceptions. So whenever there was any indication of people having any sense of, camaraderie or esprit de corps in H class, he cracked down on that shit hard. Inside jokes, he crushed on. Anybody that had classed back up that then tried to go visit the people that were currently in H, previous H'ers, that tried to pass along, gouge for how to better prepare or pass on gear or other things that will assist them in getting prepped for whatever event they needed to go back to. Yeah, no, shit would get confiscated. He would be a raging dickhole about it. It's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You've got people who are trying to pay it forward to help these folks succeed, and you are actively trying to sabotage that shit and crush morale? There is something wrong with that mindset.
Yeah.
It's not just retail. The no singing thing made me think of that. I'm like, wow, yeah, I guess there are dicks in every field.
That's always my thing. There are dicks no matter where you go, but retail tends to have a lot of them just by virtue of it being like a fall.
It's where people who fall from grace land, yes.
Yes, a lot of people who fall from grace. And mind you, the military can be like that in some ways also, just by virtue of, there's a lot of people who join the military because it's their only escape option out of where they're at.
Raise his hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know a few of those.
If I hadn't met Fox, it's probably what I would have done, and it would have been a bad fucking time because I had an undiagnosed anxiety.
Yeah, Blue Gentleman, correct. The concept of failure must be punished is a very corrosive mindset to any organization because it precludes the concept of training, process improvement, or, just organizational improvement as a whole.
Yeah.
if you punish every failure and don't try and provide training and improvement afterward from a failing, then all you do is encourage people to, 1, hide their failures, and B, never go out on a limb to try and make things better, because they know that if it doesn't work out exactly right, they'll get crushed for it. It destroys workplace culture.
I'm trying to think of what would be the best terms for like the two different kinds of failures. There's one where it's like no fault failure, where like even if it was like directly your faults, like we can improve on this and we can fix it. And then there's you were being a dickhead and you actually need to be punished for this. And how to categorize those two kinds.
I mean, deliberate and non-deliberate.
I feel like that misses it somewhat, but
I don't know, because the way you just described it, yeah, if you fuck up, even if it's your fault, if you didn't actively try to fuck up, if it wasn't you willfully choosing to make the mistake or, you know, do shit wrong, then...
You're talking about mistaken bad faith versus mistaken good faith.
There we go. Yeah. Bad faith versus good faith, I feel, is a better term than deliberate and non-deliberate.
I mean, tomato.
They're different enough terms where I feel like good faith or not is a better descriptor for it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, as long as the person isn't being malicious or willfully incompetent, then there's a whole world of shit you can do to improve the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's up him to that. That won't actually change her class, so we can do that. Gives.
Yeah, been there, Maze. Been there.
This is why I like my streams, because it varies wildly between stupid memes and then actual real talk. And again, that's generally the BPL's vibe as a whole.
Yeah. So we actually got into a deep one on Crispy's stream the other day. I'm trying to remember when it was, though, because they also kind of meander sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, here's a forest, we're gonna walk in it. Where? I don't know. But it is a nice forest.
That was one of the questions I remember being asked when I was taking my GED at the community college. It's like, when do you start leaving a forest? And I think I put like, once you reach halfway into it or something like that. Not really meant to have a right or wrong question. It was meant to like show your way of thinking.
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot! No, I did just realize we are over time now.
Yeah, I think
over time.
Yeah.
So let me get to a save point. I'm glad that we're not running into worrying about BB. Okay.
Yeah.
Save. Overwrite this file. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Alright, lads, anything to say before we go?
You fucking do it, Storm. I swear to God.
He's
Be
racist!
excellent to each other.
Yeah, be excellent to each other and stay safe.
Party on, dudes.
Party on, dudes.
Special
And
thanks.
chicken bacon is the best bacon!
God damn it, Storm!
What about rat bacon?
Everybody, take a moment of silence to judge Storm.
Judge.
I mean, he's
Yes.
playing Knights of the Republic. We were kind of...
Extra thanks to both Pharisees and Item for joining us. It is always a
Yeah,
pleasure to have
hot
both
take.
of you on stream.
Hot take, he's playing the game that started the grand descent of the Star Wars franchise video game series.
Item is wrong.
I do not like KOTOR, or anything that it spawned.
It's okay to be wrong.
I know it is, Rale. You live with it every day.
You sassy bitch. Anywho, everybody stay safe and have a beautiful time. Bye!
Love you.